Welcome to Transformations with Tara. I'm Tara Sutphen, and my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean, and he is the voice of over 1 million Om recordings throughout the world, and he is the Om Tarot Wizard, and he has a website, jasondmckean.com, and he has lots of seminars. He's teaching in Japan when, that's what, Sunday?
It's like, no, it's like in a few hours.
Oh, in a few hours. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, does lots of overseas classes and everything. Anyway, so Jason has all these amazing Om recordings. So, they're beautiful music, a lot of meditation, and also he has some hypnosis MP3s that are all the Om as well.
That's right.
So,
And not to, it's like you have like how many like meditations and recordings?
I have 500, I think, right now on my phone from like just recording stuff.
Wow.
Just on my phone alone that are not public. So, I have lots and lots. And then I have a whole line on my website.
What's your website?
My website is tarainsight.com. So it's TARAINSIGHT.com. How do you spell yours, Jace?
JASON. D as in Dragon Lord. Year of the Dragon. Woohoo. I am a wood dragon.
Yeah, and it's wood dragon this year.
And it's a wood dragon year. So we'll see what happens to the old wood dragon here. I got like spelling my name. JASON D as in Dragon Lord McKean, MCKEAN.
Yeah.
.com. And you have an app too, don't you? Don't you have a
No, I don't have the app now.
Okay.
So I'm looking to redo the app actually.
All right.
Yeah, I had a great app, but well, we won't discuss it.
All right. It's like we will get into that.
Yeah. Some things has its time. They're on there for a few years and then they go. Yeah. So
didn't you have a list of like stuff that because it's Feb 2 today.
Today just happens to be February 2nd, Groundhog Day. And it's Imbolc or Candlemas. And so February 2nd, Groundhog Day, Hedgehog Day, Heavenly Hash Day, Tater Tot Day.
Wait. What's is Heavenly Hash? Is that like a diner kind of thing? Like you go into a diner, some roadside diner, it's like, yeah, it's Heavenly Hash Day. It's like you get like a free helping of hash and tater tots or something.
I don't think we live in that area for that. Do you eat a lot of hash?
I do not, actually. It's kind of like a corned beef kind of thing, isn't it? It's kind of mystery meat, isn't it?
Don't know. I don't know. I don't eat hash. So I don't know.
Okay.
So Candlemas Day, but tater tots I eat.
Sure.
Tater tot day. Yeah.
Remember those from school, like the cafeteria and all. Because you usually like throw them at girls that you like.
Right. So Candlemas Day, World Wetlands Day.
Okay.
Don't know what that's either, where that comes from and what part of the world. Crepe Day. I like crepes. So
do you like dessert crepes or like more food crepes? Like
both.
They had a place,
good.
A crepe restaurant in Beverly Hills, and that was really good. I don't know if it survived. I don't know if it's still there, but
yeah, I never went to it.
It was really quite the dessert crepes were
okay.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, see, I like food crepes too. But oh yummy. Okay, World Play Your Ukulele Day.
That's not something that I think I'm going to do.
Yeah, I wonder where that comes from.
Well, I mean the ukulele is like it's a really popular instrument. It's not just like a Hawaiian thing. You see a lot of people playing the ukulele. There was a store in Little Tokyo that was a ukulele and coffee. It's like you could get both,
Oh my
you
God,
know,
it's so
they're,
funny.
yeah, it's a kind of a strange combination, but um you get ukuleles and coffee. So there's like a lot of jittery, like, you know, strummers there.
Right. Jittery strummers. Very funny. Right. Marmot Day. Well, we understand that one because the groundhog is a marmot, right? Of some kind.
Okay.
Anyway, a lung leaving day. Don't even know what that means.
Yeah, don't know.
Groundhog job shadow day. Brown dog day. River day. Rheumatoid arthritis awareness day.
Hmm.
Self-renewal day. Sled dog day. Sled dog day in Alaska. We know that one.
So what I remember about Sled Dog Day, and it was usually downtown Anchorage, they
Yeah.
would have the sled dog races that were local, but they'd also initiate the Iditarod from like Fourth Avenue or Fifth Avenue, one
It's
of those
called
downtown.
Rendezvous.
The the Fur Rendezvous,
Or
right?
Rendezvous.
Was the name of the celebration.
Festival. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it
that's funny because they didn't put for rendezvous down here. For
but
rendezvous
it
day.
was cold.
Yeah, it
In
would be.
February, it would be 0 degrees, and we'd be standing there on the sidewalks, just watching these dogs race by. And they would have carnival rides. Remember where they'd have the carnival rides and
Oh
all that? And it's like, you know, it's
yeah.
just
Totally went.
desperate kids wanting to go to the carnival when it's like 0 degrees. And
Oh, yeah.
those rides are rickety enough, you know. You wonder about the sub-zero weather, you know, how it affects, you know, all those old rusty buckets that are like
Well, it should be
spinning
a
around.
great time up there this week with the for rendezvous coming because of they've had 100 inches of snow. Anchorage House
Whew.
this season, and we're only at the beginning of February.
And it snows till I, I was there when it
April,
snowed in
April,
May. It snowed
yeah,
in May.
yeah,
Man, that was like shocking.
it was brutal. Oh,
Yeah.
you'd be like, oh, so ready for spring, April. Yeah, come on. And then it would snow. You kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, I'm barefoot. As soon as June comes, I don't care what the degrees is. I'm barefoot outside if it doesn't have snow on the ground.
Mm.
Always me.
Yeah. Yeah. Snow and bare feet. It's not a good
And
combination.
then high heels and snow. It was me. Have a little traction on the bottom was really good. Can't have the real slippery one.
So your tiny little heel, it has like this rubber pad with like
Yeah,
a tread and it so you're not like slipping.
you're right. Right.
Uh,
Mhm.
that's thinking.
Was. I'm telling you.
It's being fashionable, but it's also being practical at the
I was
same time.
practical. I was a practical girl there. Yeah, not. But I did have fun.
Mm. Okay. So
Yes.
in bulk.
In bulk. So I can read you in bulk if you would like. This is my article. And I'll be putting it out. Anyway, but in bulk blessings is in bulk is a pagan holiday with many names. We just read the names, but it's really we'll share the names here in a minute. But it's one of the Sabbats and is an ancient festival generated and celebrated on January 31st, February 1st, or February 2nd. It is also known as Candlemas, Brigid for breed bride, and oy milk, which is e-milk, which means use milk. It is the time of year halfway between December 21st, the winter solstice, Yule, and March 21st, the spring equinox, Ostara. So Imbolc is in the middle of winter, but is the optimism of spring. So the Egyptians and the Romans also celebrated this time, as it was the earth goddess giving birth to the sun god. The time to ready seeds for the planting of food. So it's a time to plant, everybody. And a time of planning weddings, love, and romance. Days are getting longer and hope is renewed. The celebration is to light candles. Night of white candles turns the darkness into light. And so it's right in the middle of December 21st and March 21st. This is what we're celebrating today. So you've had your rest in the winter, and I hope you guys all rested up. Yeah, I did. We wish that we'd know that. I put it on the calendar every day. Rest up, rest up, rest up, rest up, rest up. Yeah. And because then we're coming into the light again. And, it means a lot of good things. And, in the old days, we had to generate food. Well, we do now too, but, we personally get to grow the grocery store. So the thing is that, that we've lost touch with what it means to gain that light.
Yeah, it's like a losing touch with the seasons.
Mhm.
And not to say that in Southern California we don't lose touch with the seasons anyway, because it's like there's a lot of sun and warmth, and then we have our weeks, sometimes just days of rain. Um, for the valley people, the people who are not in the mountains, because it does snow in the mountains. It's like Tara knows. But in a lot of parts of the world, it's like you have like consistent seasons. You have where there's the planting and the growing, and then the harvesting and all. And it feels like, this is definitely an aspect of setting the stage, preparing. It's like, what do I want to do? What do I want to grow? It's probably not lost on us, that January is like is that first step of like making that wish, of that resolution, that part that is like, well, it's that idea of like how one wants to change something. And that's always the first step. It's not the full thing. It's just because you want something to happen, or you wish for it, doesn't mean that it happens, right? It's like it's just kind of that spark that gets the larger flame within us to grow, and to start to plan, to make a plan of action for ourselves, where we can then enact that. But it's not quite, I mean, it feels like it's still in that place of just like, preparation, starting to get things in order. When you get seeds together, it's like you haven't planted them yet. It's not quite time, but to, just have a clear idea of the direction that you're headed.
Mm-hmm. Right. And a lot of people, plant from just seeds, to whereas, some like help it grow beforehand, create them into plants or
Mm-hmm.
buy plants. But for me, I always do seeds. I do Everest garden every year with her. And so we plant seeds.
So you get the seeds, you germinate the seeds, like
Some of them. Yeah, some of them.
and then transplant them to the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I just throw the seeds in. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
our sunflower forest, it was totally just from seeds. And
Where you just like just toss them in, and
no, we put a little holes, and then Everest put the seeds in, and then we water them every day. And
okay.
and then, then remember, because they were like 30 feet tall.
Oh yeah,
They were big.
sunflowers get huge.
Yeah, they were huge and beautiful. God, they were so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So she loves that. She still just talks about it all the time. Our sunflowers. Because that one year was just an amazing sunflower forest. Last year we had sunflowers, but they weren't as amazing as the year before. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But and then she makes squash and cantaloupe and all sorts of, zucchini and cucumbers. And she's like, she likes cucumbers, but I mean, it's just like, oh, we have to eat that. Yeah,
Like
you grew
squash.
it. You grew it. Of course we do. Pumpkins, we do the whole thing. And she's like, and watermelons. She likes, a lot of it. But it's like, oh my God, some of the squash and some of the green, greens, she's can be a little iffy on.
Yeah, it's like you have to mix it with like, some good, other things, right? It's like, I mean, cucumbers you can just kind of like just slice and dice and like kind of eat by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it's like squash and all. It's like, in a fried rice, in something that is complementary, to the flavors in a pasta, even, like mixing it into the spaghetti sauce and all.
Little
That's
kids
like,
don't like any of that, but go on.
yeah, but you disguise it, you trick them,
Yeah.
right?
Trick the little ones.
Right? It's like, Everest, if you're listening, it's like, don't listen to this part. But it's like, you disguise it, you camouflage it,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, pumpkins by themselves are like, it's like, ooh, whoa,
Yeah.
but pumpkin pie, make a zucchini pie, zucchini bread.
Oh, it's so good. Yeah.
That's so good, right? And it's like,
Yeah, I don't eat so much bread, but yeah.
well,
Yeah.
it's not for you. You
Oh yeah.
can't eat it. Don't eat it. It's like, just give
Right.
it
I can
to,
make zucchini pancakes.
there you
Perfect.
go.
There we go. Mhm.
Compliment it. Compliment it. Make it work, right? That's the secret to life anyway, right?
Mhm.
It's for all of you people out there. Make it work.
Mhm. Mhm.
Eat your vegetables.
Right. Well, I did used to do that to the kids. I make zucchini, instead of potato pancakes, I'd make them zucchini pancakes back in the day.
See, your kids, like I'm thinking of Will and all that, Travis.
Yeah.
They when I would like make like pancakes or waffles for them, they wanted them as like just barely cooked. It's almost kind of like the sushi version of
Yeah,
like
they really like to like,
pancakes. They didn't like it crispy, golden. Crispy was even too dark for them. It was just like just light, and it was just like, this is like weird. But they I can see if you mix like zucchini in with it and all, it'd be like, it wouldn't be enough, like cooked enough.
right. No, I have to cook it. I'd have to cook it. Yeah. They didn't
Yeah.
seem to complain then. But yeah, no, they are so funny, aren't they, on the light waffles.
Yeah.
They were Belgian waffles because I have one, an old fashioned one that you just put on the flame of a gas stove and you turn it both ways. Yeah, they have to have a light. And whereas Hunter didn't eat waffles, really. And Cheyenne, she likes it, she likes them a little bit more cooked.
Yeah, I love waffles. Who doesn't love waffles?
No, Hunter doesn't.
Golden crisp waffles.
Mhm. Hunter's never liked breakfast, really. So
Hmm.
he liked kefir. And then we remember
Loved
I went
kefir.
to an orthomolecular biochemist, Dr. Terry Doolin on Long Island. We all had our blood done. It was way before the blue zone or everything. And because Hunter was having a few problems there. And so we I switched them. They would have kefir on their health food cereal or granola. And then I told them they couldn't have kefir anymore, that they'd have to have a juice, apple juice or orange juice. And oh man, I've never heard the end of it. Never. It's like, oh, can you believe it? You used to make us you put orange juice on our cereal. And it was just like, well,
Yeah, it's
and
like
I
being
get all defensive, well,
I
it's
did it
all
for you.
medical stuff. Yeah,
I did it for your health. It's because I love you.
right. It was kind of all that.
This is why I cast you out of the Garden of Eden. Is because, they were in heaven. They were in heaven with Kiefer.
Oh, they were in heaven. They
It's
loved
just like,
it. They
okay.
still do to this day. Keeper's the thing. Yeah, I used to buy it for them. Even when I'm visiting, I would go to buy it. They're like, oh, yay. Yeah, because, they grew up and don't have those, predisposition things to anymore.
So as adults,
Mhm.
right? It's like, we can kind of like choose those things that are healthy for us and all, but also states of being as well, and with in bulk and all, like having the awareness, right, to bring more light into our being too, because winter can be it's cold in a lot of places, even in Southern California.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a nice sweater here because it's it is like a little bit colder and darker and all, but you know getting into a place of
I like it.
preparing for lightening yourself, like lightening your being.
Mm.
there's there is the inner stage as well, as far as like making sure that our soul has the inner fire, that flame of inspiration, of motivation, that we're um, allowing that for ourselves. What's helpful in your estimation, Tara, as far as like helping us to like just turn up the heat, to
In our
to
life.
light ourselves up, to get lit.
Yes. Well, that's not getting lit in like the way you're thinking. There's no smoke involved. It's about lighting up, as far as lightening up your life, lightening up your attitude, getting your viewpoint ready for the new year, uh, and not being hard on yourself with your resolutions, if you're not working on those fast or hard enough, but it is consistency. It's about, lighting the way. And so perseverance is good and focus is good, as long as it's all on a constructive thought and constructive progress. No negativity, anybody. If you're getting mad, upset, partying too much, those things kind of tend to take their toll. Right. Party foods. This is the thing with food is, we're a society that thinks that party food is regular food, cakes, chips, sodas, that sort of thing. And they're not. That's party food. So you can drink and eat them at parties. But, Cheyenne and I were talking about this the other day. She thinks that why things have sped up in the party zone, because we were talking about it the other day, is because so many uh speakers talk about the end of the world or want to end us in a weird way. And so we're partying it up. Like, okay, I'm gonna have fun while I'm here, something. But yeah, so we were talking about that the other day on that. I thought it was an interesting concept, but not enough. I think it's just self-destructive behavior, and we can hold the reins a little bit. We don't need to let the, you know, let the car go out of control here.
Right.
Just because we like speed. No, there's a limits. So definitely there's limits with everything. And the light is all about, it's told us, just generally in nature, is to rest. And we're still resting. but start to do a few things because you're going to get busy in the spring. So after March 21st, you get busier.
Yeah, you're going back out into the fields,
Yeah,
and planting those crops.
A lot of work, day and night.
And of
Watering, tending, nurturing. It's about you.
and of course, because we're not an agrarian society, as much as most of like human history is where but it's still about cultivating those parts of ourself, and being in tune with the seasons as well,
Mhm.
because it's like as a physical being, it's like we live in the world, and to align that with our inner being, it's like it doesn't hurt.
Yeah,
It doesn't hurt us at all to be aligned with the seasons, and to not lose that,
yeah.
to be in with because it's about establishing these rhythms that allow for sustaining ourselves for the long haul, and being in it, being active, but also being responsible to what how it is that we're connected
Mhm.
in the world.
Yeah. How are we connected? Are you connecting? And we can hide out in these winter months. It's okay to hide out a little bit. Rest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not totally my schedule where I'm totally hiding out
Yeah.
because of
Jason's never
all the
hiding.
classes and stuff.
Yeah.
But
Teach you
yeah,
all.
it's like the nature of how we push ourselves too. It's like, having a season of rest too is not a bad thing.
Right. Whereas I'm doing, I've been resting and writing. I'm writing another book. And the thing is that not that I've really pressed the other book that much, but a lot of people love it and have read it. And so, I have a lot of books to do. Why in my life? I better get busy. So the thing is that I'm doing equine therapy, horse therapy, to whereas it's more shamanic in therapy with the horse carrying away your burdens. And so we talk about it's just basically a therapy session, but you get a horse involved. And the horse heals you as well. The horse loves it. So all the horses I've worked with, they adore working with other people. Adore
And as you describe it too, it's not where people are necessarily riding the horse. It just so that the
it.
horse is there. Um, they're engaged in their energy and the love or attention that they're showing.
Yeah. And then if they want to learn to ride, if that's somebody's desire, there is a trainer at my barn who trains, and he does lessons with people, and he's
Mhm.
great. Oh my gosh. The kids he works with, and oh my God, it's great. Mhm. So it's all
S- Yeah. So I wanted to pull a card for
okay.
again what helps someone to prepare themselves, to emerge more into the like into the daylight for sure, but to allow for that light of recognition to come within, and to be warmed by it, to feel inspired, to feel like they're re-energizing themselves for the work ahead.
I got one. So go.
Well, what'd you pull?
No, you said you were going to pull first, so go ahead. I'll do mine second.
Okay, I was just being a nice brother.
Yeah, it's very good. Thank you, Chase.
So I have the Four of Pentacles, the
Hmm.
Four of Pentacles, which I see as a card of aligning oneself.
Hmm.
Like in the four, let's see, I just need to angle it where you can see it. There's a pentacle at the head, one at the heart, two at the feet. And you know, I view the pentacles as manifestation in the physical realm.
Mhm.
Um, and in order to be to find that alignment where, you know, what it is that we're planning, what it is that we're seeing as a direction for ourselves, and how we want to move that forward into the world. It's like we have to have our act together within,
Mhm.
right? It's that aligning of head and heart. That's the the old battle, right? It's like your heart wants what it wants, your head is like, oh no, let's do it this way, you know. And it's just like, you know, it can be a wrestling match, you know, inside, right? And it's like the individual who sees both, who's aware of both, and brings them into agreement, you know, where it's like, okay, you know, let's work together to get what it is that we need, right?
Yeah.
And the emotional, the mental, right? It's like bringing that together so that when it comes time to take action to move that out into the world, it's like one is not just like all over the place, you
Mhm.
know. And that is the actual sound of someone who's like not aligned, right? It's so if you ever see someone, you know, like when you're out in the world and they're like, you know,
Right.
then it's like, ah, you're not aligned.
Right.
Head and heart, let's bring those two together.
And anxiousness, no anxiousness.
It's like, you know, anxiousness is one is worried about the future, right?
Yeah,
As far as,
progress, not anxiousness. Right.
and to prepare oneself, right, is to recognize that, okay, you know, it's like I don't know exactly what's going to take place, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that one can't like understand again, what is it that you want? Where is your desire? Where can that desire meet a plan of action? And, you know, even before you set out on it, right? It's like having that understanding within yourself so that when you go to enact it, it's like you don't like freak out, you know. And especially, you know, if there's like manifestation that can be something that's out of your realm of control.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you can't get in someone else's head and like direct them. It's like, okay, you know, this is how you're going to respond to what it is that I want. All right. That's not a thing.
Right.
And if it is a thing, it's like, then you're like, you're way ahead of everyone else, but you're also like, you know, no one is your puppet, right? It's like, you know, it's like you have like your own ability to express yourself. It's like, you know, someone may be on board, they may not be. And that can be almost like being that salesperson who's like, you know, is getting dejected by, you know, like trying to sell something and then not finding that person who's just instantly going, oh yeah, I want that, right? It's like, get out of that mind space of like thinking that if I put it out there, it's instantly going to be a hit, or it's going to be, you know, it's like you just do what you need to do,
Yeah.
and keep moving forward on it. Find your community, find your people, find your opportunities.
Yeah.
And so this idea of alignment, of making sure that you're getting uh that place prepared within yourself,
Yes.
so that when you step out, it's like you're meeting uncertainty with your own certainty of knowing who it is that you are. And that will take you further than if you like are not certain and or confident in yourself, and you like you step out into uncertainty and you start to like fold, right? Because it's like you're just taking in, it's like you didn't do the preparation on yourself first. So that's the long answer
Well,
to
it
the
goes
card.
right with really in bulk and being in the light. It's the preparations phase to make money. All pentacles are money. Sorry.
To make money, to sustain
Yeah.
yourself, to
Mhm.
you know, because we're physical beings. It's like we need to eat, we need to sleep, we need to, like, you know, have a place of you know, that's that our surroundings, our environment, you know, that that supports us. How about you, Tara? What did you pull?
I got 4 of Wands.
Another four.
Another 4.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So this is about progress as well. We're supposed to start making progress. And I think of it as, the 4 walls of anything, like really again, planning, keep planning, keep growing, keep connecting with people. It's important to start stepping out and out of your comfort zone a little bit. Step out your front door, step into new plans of things, allow yourself to be not go too fast, but to make those plans into reality. So it's really about going forward. So it's a lot of happiness in the house, usually with that, I believe as well. Spring is coming well, halfway winter in a couple months, a month and a
Well,
half,
well, you said it was Groundhog's Day,
almost
right?
2 months. Yeah.
Is that where they like ask the groundhog? Is that day?
Yeah. Yeah. And if the shadow comes in, right. Didn't you see the movie with
Yeah, I saw the movie.
yeah. Bill Murray and what's the beautiful actress name?
Didn't you just ask me that?
Yeah.
Deja vu.
Yeah.
No, I'm teasing. Yeah, with Andy McDowell.
Andy McDowell. Beautiful. Anyway, so yeah, so that was a fun movie. Very funny, fun movie. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about the other day. I was thinking about that scene where he takes that slice of cake and just kind of like shovels it into his mouth, like the entire piece.
I'm gonna watch it now. Yeah, yeah. Cheyenne and I we hook up to the earphones and watch shows together. And so that's what I was telling her yesterday. Let's watch a Groundhog Day together. Yeah. But she doesn't like funny movies like I do, with
Well,
her.
but you two are both cacklers. You know, it's like
Yeah.
when you're laughing, it's like, you know, you can wake up whole neighborhoods and stuff just from
Oh
your
God.
laughs.
Yeah. 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 I don't cackle. I don't laugh that much.
Really.
Yeah, no, I can be like Sagittarius goonball for sure. Yeah. So yeah, when I'm quiet, but then when I'm loud, I'm loud. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm. I'm probably like that with my horses all the time in different, I just don't even realize it.
You're with a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing bad about it at all. It's like it's actually great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's my destiny. It's my journey in my life.
It is my destiny to be
It's
a
my
cackler.
destiny. Yeah, to laugh and have fun with everybody. Like see the
Yeah.
absurd and everything. Yeah.
So so that the fours coming up, right? Four of
Or
Wands,
yeah,
the Four of Pentacles.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like
Spring cleaning.
you mentioned the four walls, right? It's like holds up the roof. It's like, you know, the fours are the about solidity, you know, having like, you know, building towards a solid life.
And I want to talk about that, because I hear some of the younger kids and everything saying, they can't buy a house, they can't do this, they can't do that. But the bottom line is that we create our reality. So, you have to always stop the I can'ts and, I won't do that and all the no's in your life. Because I hear so many people say no to everything in their life instead of yes. And it's just like, what is that? What is it? Yeah, no, say yes. Say
S-
yes, relax. Everything's going to be okay. You're not going to say yes to everything because, you know, if you're authority of something, of course, you're not going to say yes to becoming, a line cook when you're a therapist, I mean, say, you have to choose it, choose what you already do in life to, create more. You can't decide to do something else, like be, you know, um, I don't know, anything that's just kind of, not in line with what you already do.
Yeah, I think that the the no, it can tap into an overwhelmed feeling of, sometimes it's just modern life where there's a lot of areas that we have to cover. Um, but we can to like give into a sense of just believing in ourselves, of having a faith in ourselves that we can get to where it is that we need to, that what we have to offer, even though it can be offered by a lot of other people, that we will find our place in it, that we'll find our voice, that we will look to rise into, again, like finding our people, finding our community, finding our support systems, uh, creating opportunity for ourselves. But we have to step into that that place of showing ourselves, of engaging,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the old adage of, to catch the bus, you have to go to the bus stop, right? It's like you do your part,
Right.
right? And then, the bus does its part. But if you sit on your couch and complain, it's like the bus never comes here.
Right.
So I'm not going anywhere,
Right. Right. Right.
then that's it's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah.
So take the
Change it
time.
up. Change it up. Right.
I mean, there's these seasonal aspects, right? The
Mhm.
Sabbats and all, they all have a very energetic meaning to them,
Mhm.
so that we're in we're in tune. We're in we get into these rhythms that are beneficial to us, that allow us to connect to the larger energies,
Mhm.
and to make uh our lives work.
Right. And that's the bottom line, right? Making our lives work.
It's like we can have a lot of, like, uh desire within us, but that desire looks to be activated. So it's you know we do our part. We do our
Life force
part.
activation. That's right. I have those MP3s.
That's right. That's right. That's like, where can people find those?
TerraInsight.com. And that's mind programming. I teach people mind programming all the time. If they're sick, if they're having problems of any kind, it's like, let's get you out of it. Yeah. Success, money. It's like we can, you program your mind. We create our reality. It's like go, 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 go.
Sometimes we need that push,
Yes.
I mean, that's, I in class, it's like, sometimes I'm facilitating this these readings for everyone in the class, and then they'll turn on me at some point and say, well, what about you? Don't you have a question? And I'm like, actually, I do. Where it's like, to open up to, like, when there is advice, if someone else, like, reads and they come up with, like, it's been very helpful for me. And that's just where we find our inspiration, and again, where there's support systems, community that help to feed our needs as well. That's I mean, it's about being in the rhythm of that. That's like being open to the larger energies too. So
That's right. Just being, yeah, go forward, be open, be progressive, be focused, and actually do the work.
yeah, it's like it's getting there. And
Get to the bus stop. Yeah.
do you
Have a
prepare
destination.
do you
What?
prepare like a specific meal or anything for in bulk? Anything that
You
like
can. You can't. All the pagan holidays usually are about feasting. So, I mean, this is more about sitting, lighting a lot of candles and bringing in the light. You can definitely bring in food.
yeah, but is it more like kind of soups, and like is it
Right.
still kind of meditative type of food rather than like, the party food?
Yeah. No, it would be sustenance food. All feast days are usually sustenance food. I mean, you can have pies and cakes and different things, that they do in the summertime for like the festival of when the harvest comes. But yeah, most of it's sustenance.
Okay.
Eat real food. You can see what it was, not processed, too processed.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I think I'll like do something along those lines then for lunch.
Yeah.
And dinner's not anything like no ho-hos or anything like that.
No, no, no. No.
Sorry, hostess. It's
Ooh,
like
yeah. That's just,
little
I don't
Debbie.
know. Yeah, that's, ooh, yeah. I mean, they look beautiful, but definitely eating 12 of them or something would not be good.
Well, who does that? Who eats 12 of them?
I don't know, somebody probably does. You know, let's face it.
Like donuts or something. Where you just get a whole dozen of donuts and like, yeah, I can eat all of these. It's like
Well,
after you eat one,
donuts are
it's like,
yummy. I stay away from
oh,
donuts too, but I love donuts. I love all of it. It's like, of course, it's deliciousness. Of course, you're gonna love it. Yeah, it's like stay away from it.
usually with donuts though, I mean you eat one or two and then it's like you start to feel like you've eaten 12. I mean they kind of weigh
Yeah,
down in your gut.
right. Well, it's like pizza. I'm sure, like a lot of people. I just don't go to the donut shop and buy donuts. It's not something that I've, needed to do. I didn't have to bribe any children or teenagers or anything,
Right.
for a long time. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing that Winchell isn't like sponsoring this program.
We wish.
It'd be like everyone go to Winchell's and eat donuts. That's next week. Change a tune,
Yeah,
change
we
a
gotta.
heart. But for now, it's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't eat 12 of them. Oh my God. All right. Well,
Happy in bulk,
happy Imbolc,
Candlemas, Groundhog Day.
preparing the scene, setting the stage, getting your seeds in order to
Mhm.
plant them upcoming when the snow has cleared from your fields, so to speak.
We used to have that back in the day, Jason and I.
Well, we didn't have fields, thankfully. I had a driveway that I had to clear, with a snowblower and a
Right.
and a
Shovel.
shovel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did
Oh,
I,
did
did
you know somebody bought our house? That somebody knows.
I heard that.
Yeah, yeah. Our uncle knows who.
I heard that.
He said, "Oh, I just bought this house," and he said the address, and my uncle says, "What?"
Did I send you that video of the person who printed out little snow plows for his Crocs and was like, you know, popping them into the toes there of his Crocs and scraping his stairs and all with his little snowplow shoes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No, I didn't see that.
Oh,
Hilarious. With Crocs, though, Crocs have holes in it. So,
well, I know, but you pop it in. It's like it fastens right into the front.
um,
Oh yeah, I mean, as far as their Crocs themselves are not great snowshoes, right?
no,
They're
but
not like snow boots.
no, no, that wouldn't be
I
good.
mean, I don't think it
I
was
don't
like
see that as an answer. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Yeah. I got stuck in the snow in my driveway years ago, a couple of years ago. I had this ranch and AAA would not come.
could they get there?
No, finally, it was just Cheyenne and I, and we watched a YouTube video on how to throw out the mats. And so we threw out the mats and out of my truck and on my Jeep, and you know, we drive onto the mat and we get past it and then we'd throw the mats down again and and then we got out of the driveway. It was just my driveway, but it was just like, oh my goodness, you know, good old you.
Did you not have a snow shovel?
Oh, well, it was going to be days. It might have been days. It was deep snow.
I remember it being like really deep that one time, that only one time that I went
Yeah. See,
where it was like up to my waist there.
but
It
I
was
parked
deep.
out. I think I parked outside the gate. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we had driven up there, so your car was already out. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Don't put it in. Yeah. Don't put it in the snow. Yeah. I know. I know.
Well, if you had
But
your
I
little
can drive
snow
snow.
shovels in front,
Yeah.
that could have like helped
Oh, yeah. And my Crocs.
in your
I had
Crocs. Well,
Crocs. Yeah.
you were just talking earlier about high heels and all.
Oh, yeah.
It's like
No,
the
I
Crocs.
was. Yeah,
It's
I
like
could have.
that's
I probably would have had some.
total winter wear.
You're probably right. To school, I'd walk to school with my Crocs with this little snowplow in the front. Yeah.
clearing the way for others, right?
Right.
To
And
get
I
there.
always took the shortcut, which was still a mile, but I take the shortcut through the fields, through the mountains, down the mountain, and then across the lake. Because I wasn't going to go the roads. It was like, forget it. So I went the woods way.
Yeah.
And then I had to start school early, really early, because I was taking extra classes. So I had to be at school
S-
usually started at 7 o'clock in the morning. I was there. I started at 6 o'clock.
Dedication.
It was crazy. To look back on those days, like, oh gosh. Yeah,
You survived it.
I did. I did.
You survived it and thrived in it.
Thrived. Yes. It was. And we have those stories that we walked in hip deep snow to school. We were just off the bus route. We were a mile. They didn't give anyone a mile. You can walk to school if you live a mile from the school.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're too close.
Yeah, and we were too
You
close.
gotta walk,
Mile.
brave the elements when it was 20 below, walking to school and
Yeah.
snow that was up to our waist.
And then we
Oh,
took all the schools, they gave you a survival class. You had to go to survival class to know. how to survive in the snow if you got lost or anything in it. And I thought, well, this is good to know because, at any moment, this could be a
I
survival
almost
situation.
fainted. I almost fainted during the frostbite parts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they had some pretty gnarly ones about that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was real. I mean, it was like,
Right.
it was important information, but I remember like, just like the blackness coming in on me as I was like ready to faint from, certain
And then
scenes.
Jason went on this little trip, and our cousin got hurt, broke his hip or something, right? Or pelvis. What did he do?
Well, we were climbing a mountain
Yeah, they
without
were
like
climbing a
mountain
mountain.
climbing gear. We were just like,
And he got hurt, and the rescue team had to come get him. And I mean, it was a whole big ordeal.
that was the night or the day during the nighttime of that. It's like the Northern Lights came out. And it's like one of the most beautiful sights that I've ever seen is the Northern Lights in a mountain pass with no city lights at all.
Mhm.
And it was just like the greens and the purples and just crackling up a storm and all. It was amazing.
It was
It's
beautiful.
quite beautiful. So, terrible
So
accident
Greg
like
ruined it.
no, no, I mean he missed it, you
Oh, he
know,
missed it. Yeah.
but no, it was I totally was part of seeing that later in the night. So it was like, that balance of like awful and then incredible.
Right. Wow. Yeah.
So
Okay. On that note,
yeah,
everybody, we're going towards the light. We need to lighten our loads, lighten up. Spring is about to be here in a few months. And so still rest, but, plan and make a little progress here and there. Anyway, thank you, Jason, for being on the show.
thank you, Tara. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Blessings, everybody. Lots of love. Yeah, fine. There we go.